Did you know that your thoughts can change your life? It might sound too good to be true, but that's exactly what Louise Hay taught with the law of attraction. Now, don't worry. We're not talking about magic or anything supernatural here. It's all about the power of your mind and how you think. This idea is pretty amazing, and it's helped lots of people improve their lives. So, if you've ever felt stuck or unhappy, or if you just want to make your life better, you're in the right place. We're going to explore how your thoughts can be like seeds that grow into real experiences in your life. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a bad mood, more annoying things seem to happen? Or when you're feeling really good, nice things keep coming your way? That's a tiny taste of what we're going to talk about. Louise Hay discovered that this isn't just random luck. It's actually a pattern that we can use to our advantage. And the best part? Anyone can do it. You don't need special skills or lots of money. All you need is your mind and a willingness to try something new. So, get ready to learn about a simple but powerful idea that could change everything for you. We're going to dive into the world of positive thinking, self-love, and how to attract good things into your life. By the end of this, you might just see the world and yourself in a whole new way. Now you might be wondering, who was Louise Hay, and why should we listen to what she had to say? Well, Louise Hay wasn't always a famous teacher. In fact, her early life was pretty tough. She grew up in a difficult family situation and faced many challenges. But instead of letting these hard times break her, she used them to learn and grow. Louise Hay became a special kind of teacher. She wasn't the type you'd find in a regular school. Instead, she taught people how to understand themselves better and how to improve their lives using their own thoughts. She wrote books, gave talks, and helped countless people see that they had the power to change their lives for the better. What made Louise so special was that she spoke from experience. She had used these ideas to overcome her own problems, including healing herself from a serious illness. This made people trust her because they could see that she wasn't just talking about theories. She was sharing what really worked in real life. Louise had a way of explaining things that made them easy to understand. She didn't use big, complicated words or confusing ideas. Instead, she talked about the law of attraction in a way that anyone could get. She believed that everyone, no matter their background or education, could use these ideas to improve their lives. One of the things Louise Hay is most famous for is her positive affirmations. These are short, encouraging phrases that you say to yourself. She taught people to use these affirmations to change their negative thoughts into positive ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," she would encourage people to say, "I am worthy of love and respect." It might sound simple, but Louise showed how powerful these small changes in thinking could be. Louise Hay's teachings weren't just about making people feel good for a moment. She wanted to help people make lasting changes in their lives. She believed that by changing our thoughts, we could change our experiences in the world. This idea became the core of her work with the law of attraction. Now, let's talk about the law of attraction. Don't worry if you've never heard of it before. It's actually a pretty simple idea. The law of attraction says that what you think about, you bring into your life. It's like your thoughts are magnets, pulling experiences and situations towards you that match what you're thinking about. Here's an easy way to understand it. Imagine your mind is like a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds you plant in this garden. If you plant positive thoughts, you'll grow positive experiences. But if you plant negative thoughts, you'll end up with negative experiences. It's that simple. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, it can't be that easy. Bad things happen to good people all the time. And you're right, life isn't always fair. The law of attraction doesn't mean that nothing bad will ever happen to you. What it does mean is that by focusing on positive thoughts, you can attract more positive experiences and deal better with the challenges that come your way. Louise Hay explained the law of attraction like this: it's as if life is a big mirror reflecting back to you what you put out. If you constantly think about how unfair life is and how nothing good ever happens to you, the mirror of life will reflect back experiences that confirm those thoughts. But if you focus on gratitude, opportunities, and positive expectations, life will start to reflect those back to you instead. Here's an example to make it clearer. Let's say you wake up one morning thinking, today is going to be a terrible day. With that thought in your mind, you might not notice the little good things that happen. Maybe someone smiles at you, but you're too focused on your negative thoughts to notice. Or maybe an opportunity comes up, but you don't take it because you're expecting things to go badly. At the end of the day, you might say, see, I knew it would be a bad day. But was it really the day that was bad? Or was it your expectation and focus that made it seem that way? Now, imagine the opposite. You wake up thinking, today is full of possibilities. With this mindset, you're more likely to notice good things. You might smile at a stranger and start a nice conversation. You might see an opportunity and take it because you're feeling positive. At the end of the day, you'd probably feel like it was a good day, all because of how you chose to think about it from the start. This is the basic idea of the law of attraction. It's not about pretending everything is perfect all the time. It's about choosing to focus on the positive aspects of life, even when things are tough. It's about believing in possibilities rather than limitations. Louise Hay taught that we all have this power to shape our experiences through our thoughts. She believed that by understanding and using the law of attraction, we could create happier, healthier, and more fulfilling lives. And the best part? You can start using this idea right now, today, just by paying attention to your thoughts and choosing more positive ones. In the next sections, we'll dive deeper into how Louise Hay applied this idea in practical ways. We'll look at her teachings on positive thinking, self-love, and how to use affirmations to change your life. Remember, this isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about learning to approach life in a way that opens you up to more positive experiences and gives you the strength to handle challenges. So let's keep exploring this powerful idea and see how it can work in your life. Louise Hay believed that positive thinking was like a superpower we all have, but most of us don't use it enough. She taught that our thoughts create our reality, not just in some vague spiritual way, but in very real, everyday experiences. But what exactly did she mean by positive thinking? For Louise, positive thinking wasn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It was about choosing to focus on the good things in life, even when times are tough. She believed that when we change our thoughts, we change our experiences. It's like tuning a radio. When you change the station, you hear different music. When you change your thoughts, you experience a different kind of life. Louise encouraged people to pay attention to their thoughts. She said that many of us have negative thoughts running through our minds all day without even realizing it. These thoughts might be things like, "I'm not good enough," "Bad things always happen to me," or "I'll never succeed." Louise taught that these negative thoughts were like poison to our lives, attracting more negative experiences. Instead, she suggested replacing these negative thoughts with positive ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," you could think, "I am worthy and capable." Instead of "bad things always happen to me," you could think, "I am open to good experiences." These positive thoughts, according to Louise, act like magnets for positive experiences. But Louise Hay knew that changing your thoughts isn't always easy. Our negative thinking patterns are often deeply ingrained, like well-worn paths in our minds. That's why she suggested starting small. She encouraged people to catch themselves when they have a negative thought and consciously choose a positive one instead. Over time, this practice can create new, more positive thinking habits. One of Louise's favorite techniques for positive thinking was gratitude. She believed that focusing on what we're thankful for, even in difficult times, could dramatically shift our perspective and our experiences. She suggested starting each day by thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice, she said, could set a positive tone for the whole day. Louise also emphasized the importance of how we talk to ourselves. She pointed out that we often say things to ourselves that we would never say to a friend. She encouraged people to become aware of their self-talk and to make it more loving and supportive. This internal dialogue, she believed, was crucial in shaping our experiences and attracting positive or negative situations into our lives. Affirmations were a cornerstone of Louise Hay's teachings. But what exactly are affirmations? Simply put, they are positive statements that you repeat to yourself. Louise believed that by using affirmations regularly, we could reprogram our thoughts and beliefs, leading to positive changes in our lives. The idea behind affirmations is pretty straightforward. When we repeat positive statements to ourselves, we start to believe them. And when we believe positive things about ourselves and our lives, we start to act in ways that make those beliefs come true. It's like planting seeds in your mind. With enough care and repetition, these positive thoughts can grow into real-life experiences. Louise Hay taught that affirmations work best when they're in the present tense, positive and personal. For example, instead of saying, "I will be successful one day," you'd say, "I am successful now." Instead of, "I don't want to be sick anymore," you'd say, "I am healthy and full of energy." The idea is to state what you want as if it's already true. Now, you might be thinking, "But isn't that lying to myself?" Louise addressed this concern by explaining that affirmations aren't about denying your current reality. They're about creating a new reality. When you first start using an affirmation, it might not feel true, but the more you repeat it, the more your mind starts to accept it as a possibility. And when your mind accepts something as possible, you start to notice opportunities to make it real. Louise suggested using affirmations throughout the day. You could say them out loud, write them down, or even sing them. She especially recommended saying affirmations while looking in the mirror. This practice, she said, could be particularly powerful because it combines the affirmation with self-love and acceptance. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I am worthy of love and respect. Good things flow into my life effortlessly. I trust the process of life. I am safe and all is well in my world. Louise emphasized that affirmations aren't a quick fix. They work gradually, reshaping your thoughts and beliefs over time. She encouraged people to be patient and persistent with their affirmations, even if they didn't see immediate results. One important thing Louise Hay taught about affirmations is that they should feel good when you say them. If an affirmation feels too far from your current reality, it might create resistance. In that case, she suggested starting with something more believable and gradually working your way up to bigger affirmations. For Louise Hay, self-love was at the heart of the law of attraction. She believed that how we treat ourselves sets the standard for how the world treats us. In other words, if we don't love and respect ourselves, we can't expect others to love and respect us. And more than that, she taught that our relationship with ourselves is reflected in all our other relationships, including our relationship with life itself. But what exactly is self-love? Louise explained that it's not about being selfish or narcissistic. It's about treating yourself with kindness, respect, and compassion. It's about accepting yourself as you are, while also believing in your ability to grow and change. Self-love, according to Louise, is the foundation for all positive change in our lives. Louise Hay often pointed out that many of us find it easier to love others than to love ourselves. We might be kind and forgiving to our friends, but harsh and critical with ourselves. She taught that this imbalance can block us from attracting good things into our lives. After all, if we don't believe we're worthy of love and good things, how can we attract them? To cultivate self-love, Louise suggested several practices. One of her favorites was mirror work. This involves looking into your own eyes in a mirror and saying loving things to yourself. At first, this might feel awkward or even silly, but Louise insisted that with practice, it becomes a powerful tool for building self-love and changing how you see yourself. Another important aspect of self-love, according to Louise, is forgiveness. She taught that holding on to anger and resentment, whether towards others or ourselves, blocks the flow of good things into our lives. By practicing forgiveness, we free ourselves to attract more positive experiences. This doesn't mean forgetting or condoning harmful actions. It means releasing the negative emotions attached to past events so they don't continue to affect our present and future. Louise also emphasized the importance of self-care as a form of self-love. This includes taking care of your body with healthy food and exercise, but it also means taking care of your emotional and spiritual needs. She encouraged people to make time for activities that bring them joy and relaxation, seeing this not as selfish, but as necessary for overall well-being. One powerful tool Louise suggested for building self-love was to practice gratitude for your own qualities and achievements. She encouraged people to regularly acknowledge their own strengths, talents, and positive actions. This practice, she said, helps to counter the negative self-talk that many of us engage in habitually. Louise Hay believed that as we develop more self-love, we naturally start to attract more positive experiences and relationships into our lives. We set higher standards for how we allow others to treat us. We become more open to opportunities because we believe we deserve good things, and we handle challenges better because we have a strong foundation of self-worth to fall back on. In essence, Louise taught that self-love is the key to unlocking the full power of the law of attraction. When we truly love and accept ourselves, we align with the positive energy of the universe. We become open to receiving all the good that life has to offer. And in doing so, we not only improve our own lives, but also become a positive force in the world around us. Forgiveness in the law of attraction. Louise Hay believed that forgiveness was a crucial part of using the law of attraction effectively. She taught that holding on to anger, resentment, or grudges was like carrying around a heavy bag of rocks. It weighs you down and prevents you from moving forward in life. When we don't forgive, we keep ourselves tied to negative experiences, which can attract more negativity into our lives. But what does forgiveness really mean? Louise explained that forgiveness isn't about saying that what happened was okay. It's not about forgetting or letting someone off the hook for bad behavior. Instead, forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the negative emotions tied to past events. It's a gift you give to yourself, not to the person who hurt you. Louise taught that forgiveness has two important parts: forgiving others and forgiving ourselves. Forgiving others can be hard, especially when we've been deeply hurt. But Louise pointed out that holding on to anger only hurts us more. The person who wronged us might not even know or care that we're upset, while we continue to suffer from our negative feelings. Forgiving ourselves can be even harder. Many of us carry around guilt or shame for past mistakes. Louise believed that this self-directed negativity was one of the biggest blocks to attracting good things into our lives. She encouraged people to remember that we all make mistakes, and that beating ourselves up doesn't change the past. Instead, we can learn from our errors and move forward with self-compassion. Louise suggested several techniques for practicing forgiveness. One was to write a letter to the person you need to forgive, including yourself, expressing all your feelings. You don't need to send the letter. The act of writing it can be healing in itself. Another technique was to use affirmations focused on forgiveness, such as, "I forgive you and I release you," or "I am willing to let go of my hurt and anger." She also recommended visualizing the person you need to forgive and mentally telling them that you forgive them. For self-forgiveness, she suggested looking in the mirror and saying, "I forgive you. I love you." This might feel uncomfortable at first, but with practice, it can become a powerful tool for healing. Louise emphasized that forgiveness is often a process, not a one-time event. It might take time and repeated effort to fully let go of negative feelings. But she believed that as we practice forgiveness, we free ourselves to attract more positive experiences and relationships into our lives. Louise Hay was known for offering simple, practical advice that people could easily incorporate into their daily lives. She believed that small, consistent actions could lead to big changes over time. Here are some of her most popular tips for applying the law of attraction. Start your day with positive affirmations. Louise suggested saying affirmations first thing in the morning to set a positive tone for the day. You could say them while looking in the mirror, write them in a journal, or even put them on sticky notes around your house. Practice gratitude daily. Louise recommended ending each day by thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. This helps shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life, attracting more good things. Use mirror work. Louise was a big advocate of mirror work. She suggested looking into your own eyes in a mirror and saying loving things to yourself. This might feel awkward at first, but she believed it was a powerful way to build self-love. Visualize what you want. Louise encouraged people to create a clear mental picture of what they want to attract into their lives. She suggested doing this regularly, really feeling the emotions of having what you desire. Pay attention to your words. Louise taught that the words we use have power. She encouraged people to avoid negative self-talk and to choose words that reflect what they want, not what they don't want. Create a positive environment. Louise suggested surrounding yourself with things that make you feel good. This could be uplifting music, beautiful art, or even just keeping your space clean and organized. Take care of your body. Louise believed in the mind-body connection. She encouraged eating healthy foods, getting regular exercise, and treating your body with love and respect. Release negative emotions. Louise taught various techniques for releasing negative feelings, such as punching pillows, screaming into a pillow, or writing angry letters and then destroying them without sending. Use positive affirmations before sleep. Louise suggested repeating calming, positive affirmations as you fall asleep to program your subconscious mind overnight. Practice self-love daily. Louise believed this was the foundation of all positive change. She encouraged people to do at least one loving thing for themselves each day. Louise Hay's teachings have touched countless lives around the world. Many people have shared stories of how applying her principles of positive thinking, affirmations, and self-love has changed their lives for the better. Here are a few examples. Sarah, a woman in her 30s, had always struggled with low self-esteem and difficult relationships. After reading Louise Hay's books, she started practicing daily affirmations and mirror work. At first, it felt strange to look in the mirror and say, "I love you" to herself. But after a few weeks, she noticed she was feeling more confident. Over time, she found herself attracting healthier relationships and even got a promotion at work. Sarah credits Louise's teachings with helping her see her own worth and potential. John had been dealing with chronic health issues for years. He decided to try Louise's methods of positive affirmations along with his medical treatment. He started saying affirmations like, "My body is healthy and strong, and I am healing every day." While it didn't replace his medical care, John found that this positive focus helped him feel more optimistic and energetic. His doctors were surprised by how well he coped with his treatments, and over time, his condition improved more than expected. Maria was struggling financially and felt stuck in a job she disliked. She began using Louise's techniques, particularly gratitude practice and visualizing her ideal career. She started appreciating the good aspects of her current job while imagining herself in a fulfilling new role. Within a few months, an unexpected opportunity arose that aligned perfectly with her visualizations. Maria believes that shifting her focus to what she wanted rather than what she lacked helped attract this positive change. Tom had carried anger towards his father for years due to a difficult childhood. After learning about Louise's teachings on forgiveness, he decided to try letting go of this resentment. It wasn't easy, but through consistent effort and using forgiveness affirmations, Tom gradually felt the weight of anger lifting. Not only did this improve his relationship with his father, but Tom also noticed other areas of his life improving as he let go of this long-held negativity. These are just a few examples of how people have applied Louise Hay's teachings to their lives. While everyone's experience is unique, many have found that these principles of positive thinking, self-love, and using the law of attraction can lead to meaningful improvements in various aspects of life. Louise Hay's teachings on the law of attraction offer a powerful perspective on how our thoughts and beliefs shape our experiences. By focusing on positive thinking, using affirmations, practicing self-love, and embracing forgiveness, we can begin to attract more positive experiences into our lives. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and consistent effort to shift long-held thought patterns. But as Louise Hay often said, you have the power to heal your life, and you need to know that. Whether you're dealing with health issues, relationship challenges, career frustrations, or any other life difficulties, these principles can help you approach your situation with a more positive and empowering mindset. The key is to start small and be patient with yourself. Try incorporating one or two of Louise's techniques into your daily routine. Maybe start with a few minutes of positive affirmations in the morning, or practice gratitude before bed. Pay attention to your self-talk and try to shift it in a more positive direction. As you continue these practices, you may begin to notice subtle shifts in how you feel and how you interact with the world around you. Ultimately, Louise Hay's approach to the law of attraction is about more than just getting what you want. It's about transforming your relationship with yourself and with life itself. It's about recognizing your own worth, treating yourself with love and compassion, and opening yourself up to the good that life has to offer. As you continue on your journey with these teachings, remember that you have the power to choose your thoughts and shape your experiences. In the words of Louise Hay, every thought we think is creating our future. So choose thoughts that create the future you desire, and watch as your life begins to reflect the positivity and love you put into it.